welcome to this week's PennEnergy News Update. I'm Hilton Price. The U.S. has done an about-face on its oil imports, seeing a steady rise in oil coming from Saudi Arabia in recent months. While the Obama administration has enforced a new set of sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program, oil imports from the Persian Gulf have actually grown this year, thanks to a 20% rise in oil coming from Saudi Arabia. The country has played a major role in keeping oil prices at reasonable levels by increasing oil production to compensate for the sanctions against Iran, in recent months passing 10 million barrels of oil per day. However, some analysts worry that the U.S. is relying too heavily upon a potentially unstable source. They say while tensions are high with Iran, the U.S. should be decreasing the amount of oil it imports through the Strait of Hormuz. API chief economist John Felmy says the SEC's new regulations implementing Section 1504 of the 2010 Dodd-Frank financial reform law will force disclosure of commercially sensitive information and cost jobs back here at home. He says if the information is disclosed, with a few clicks of a mouse, foreign firms could plunder that information and use it to determine strategies and resource levels. He says Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative already provides greater financial transparency and is endorsed both by the Obama administration and the World Bank. New York environmental regulators might be planning to reverse course on the state's long-standing moratorium on hydraulic fracturing. Much of New York's southern border lies on top of the massive Marcellus shale play, one of the largest deposits of unconventional natural gas in the U.S., but concerns about the environmental impacts of the methods used to extract such gas led officials to prevent any significant exploration. After years of lobbying from the industry and landowners in the region, the state could be considering laying out strict guidelines for the practice. Initial reports suggest that New York Governor Andrew Cuomo was considering a proposal that would allow fracking only in several southwestern counties where the Marcellus Shale is primarily located. Canadian newspaper magnate David Black announced plans to construct a new oil refinery at the end of the proposed Northern Gateway oil pipeline. The proposed refining plant would be located in Kitimat, British Columbia. The new oil refinery would boast a capacity of around 550,000 barrels of oil per day, making it one of the largest in the world, and would cost more than $13 billion. Black explained that the refinery would target exports to China, which is seeing steadily rising demand for oil each year. Statoil and its partner Petoro have decided to further develop Gulfax South in the North Sea. The companies will invest $8.5 billion in 2 new subsea templates and 6 extra wells. This will boost recovery by 65 million barrels. Production in parts of Gulfax South was shut down in 2008 to maintain an acceptable pressure level in the reservoir for future drilling operations. Existing wells are being reopened this year, and new wells will also be drilled from existing seabed templates. Thank you for joining us this week. For these stories and many more, head to PennEnergy.com.